Well, good morning, everyone. Sorry about that. A little bit of a connection error right there. But it looks like I am back online and audio is ready to go. Let me know if you guys can hear me. And welcome to the Game Dev HQ Pro Workshop. And what the heck are we doing in this Pro Workshop? Well, last week we focused in on Resident Evil 2. You're building the police station in Resident Evil 2. And we got incredibly far. And how did we build this police station? Of course, we use Filebase. We use our tool. We use our favorite tool. It is a tool that is built inside of Unity. It is our tool that connects to our entire library of assets. And with a yearly pro membership, you are able to connect. I noticed that a lot of you guys are doing the game jam using Filebase. So I just wanted to show you all the new assets that we got going. And let's see. I believe audio is on. Just let me know. I'll just type that in real quick. Let's see. Let me just make sure I am not muted. Sorry about that. I had to unplug the microphone real quick and just making sure that it was all reconnected again. Yes. Okay. So basically, I know a lot of you guys were putting in some odd freaking requests. some were interesting, some were like, oh, that's, but other ones I'm like, I don't know where you guys get this from. So I have a bunch of assets that I had to add up. I still have to add up. That's why I'm probably going to make this a shorter stream today, maybe like an hour, maybe two. um there's some that you guys requested that I know I got to get up there. Like some of you guys wanted masks and sanitizer, and I guess you guys did like a toilet paper shooter yesterday or last week. So, but these are some of the assets that were requested a while back. Why, thank you, Jake. I really appreciate that. So since we're doing food and all this other stuff, a door card reader, some of the things that you guys had recommended before, so I put those up there, and I'll get some more assets for you guys up there later on. But so what are we going to do? Well, we need to focus back in on Filebase, specifically this police level. And last time we were here, and a thing has changed, and I'd like to show you guys something that has changed, and I'm very excited about this. I'm going to pull over my lighting tab, and I want you to see right down here what my baking device is. This is the RX 2070 Super. Yes. Did a massive upgrade on the video card because you know what? We're not hobbyists. We're building games, and we need serious tools to build serious games. And this thing is incredible. Now, I used to have a 1060 in here, and my birthday's coming up next month, and my little brother, he's like, I better get this for you now because you'll buy it before I get a chance. And I was really scoping one out. I was like, oh, do I get it? Do I get it? And I was like, you know what? Let me just sit on it for a second. And when I got home, and he's like, did you check the front door yet? I was like, no, I didn't. He's like, oh, you should probably go check it. And I did, and it was sitting on my front porch. So, thank you, my little brother, for hooking me up with this amazing new GTX 2070. Why is this important? Why is the GTX 2070 important? Well, you're going to be doing a lot of baking. Now, when you use baking for light maps, of course, for your RE2 level, you got two different types. You got the CPU and you got your GPU. I'll tell you right now, if you have a half decent GPU, it's going to go 10 times faster than your CPU. So you always want to use your GPU if you can. And that's why you need to invest in a good GPU. Just to show you guys some prices, and I mean, again, this isn't going to be a very long stream. We've gotten a lot of this done, and I'll also show you what I'm going to work on next. AMD's, from what I read, you probably want to stay away from right now. They're just not that compatible. And I looked in on it, and they're like, you just want to go with the GTX, the NVIDIA solution for right now. So, of course, you got the top dog. You got the 1080 Ti, which is a monster. It's a beast. Or not the 1080 Ti, the 2080 Ti. And they are, they're roughly, I think, $1,200. So, yeah, the 2080 Ti, $1,100. That's like the top of the line that you're going to get. It's basically a brand new computer. I had a 1060 right here, which was almost $200. And that was good. You got some decent speed. You got some decent speed as far as baking. You got some decent speed as far as using that. But then there is mine, which is the 2070 Ti, which I think was like $500 or $600. Let me just click that really. There's the 2080, 2070 Super. So 540, 550 right there, right? But I want to show you guys this because, if you're going to do game development, you're going to want to invest in yourself. You're going to want to invest in your tools. I know there's a lot of talk about, hey, where can I get free assets, or I can get free this, free this, free this. Let's be honest. Free is only going to get you so far. You're going to want to start buying some tools to get there. So let me show you the speed difference. So when I was doing 16 direct samples, and I'll imitate this. This is what I was doing 16, 2, and 2, and it took me about 2.5 to 3 minutes to render. With the new 2070 GTRX, instead of 2 minutes, now so it went from 4 minutes. Yes, the 2070s and the 1080s are very close. Now I'm down to, I would say probably, we're talking 30 seconds. So, like, realistically, this number jumped really fast. I didn't have a timer attached to it, but that's how quickly the bake goes. So I know last time, all right, it's writing, it's finishing, it's creating the maps, and we're finished. That's instantaneous right there. That's where we need to go. Now, you guys remember that we had all these dots and stuff like that last time. It didn't look very good. So how do you fix this? Real easy. You go to filtering, and you set this to optics, and then hit generate lighting. And there you go. And so now, you could keep this at a low level as far as baking goes. Let's jack this back up, and let's give, let's say like a 1 textile radius to kind of smooth things out, so there's no sampling, bumping, or anything like that. This bake is less than a minute with this 2070 Super. I mean, this thing is killer. This thing is insane. It's just burning through this entire render, which is very exciting. This is where it's like, all right, now we can go high definition, high resolution. And let's see, I don't think I'm going to notice a significant difference as far as quality goes, but we'll give it a shot. So let that go for a second. Boom, 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 boom. Now, for those of you who don't know, if you set this to auto-generate, every time you load a scene, it's going to have to rebake. But when you turn off auto-generate, what it's doing right now is actually saving your light map data. So that's the save with the light map data. If you go in, there should be these new folders underneath your scenes. And in here is actually your light map data, your shadow mask, your directional light, all that other good stuff. So I could switch from, let's say this RE2 part 1, and I can click on the RE2 part 2. Oh, I'm on RE2 part 2. Or am I on RE2 part 1? I forget. It's loading something. Okay. So here's RE2. Oh, did I double click on stuff? Hold on. Okay. RE2 part 2. So when I jump into here, all my light map information has already been baked in. And of course, it takes like 30 seconds to do, and it's all knocked out. But that way you can switch between multiple scenes, and you don't end up doing the re-render over and over again, which can be very time consuming, which is kind of like why I tend to try to get this to where I bake it and I save it, and also I don't run into those crashes and stuff like that. So I'm just going to hit play. And let's just go ahead and walk through our RE2 environment now and take a look at it and see what we think. All right. So this doesn't look bad. I mean, it looks a little clean, and this is where like decals would really come into play. I don't know what's up with that shininess. I don't like that. So we'll have to fix that. Let's see. We were playing with the blood decal, so we'll have to play with that some more. I walk into this area, and here's this room. Looking good over here. Love these panels. I can walk over into this area. And oh, look at this room. Look at this hallway. This is pretty. This turned out far better than I expected. And this is all built using GDHQ Filebase assets. Oh, look at that wood. Isn't that pretty? That is gorgeous wood right there. This feels good. This feels really, really cool. This environment looks really good. Yeah, I got to take a look at that. I bet you there's a UV that's being stretched right there. So we'll have to take a look into that. And then we never finished this room. But if we walk over here, oh, this is gorgeous. Running super smooth, super silky. We've got our, let's see, whoops. Let's see, we have our occlusion culling going at a ridiculous level. You could see it all working. Our stats are phenomenal. 90 frames a second. Loving this. I mean, this is how you do game development, folks. This is how you make it. All right. So then I'll go over to the second level. And go ahead and hit play. And let's check this one out. All right. So here's this environment. We have the broken down hallway. We could definitely work on the lighting and post-processing in here. I think it's a tad bit too bright. And this is a little bit sharp of a jump. But we have a nice environment, a nice classroom. Of course, we need some decals, some extra stuff in here. The knights didn't come out very well, so we'll have to probably build some sort of iron suit to fill that area. But this looks pretty cool. And if you come on over through here, we got this nice, cool looking blood-soaked environment. We'll test some decals possibly today. Here's the RE2 clicker hallway. That's where Leon Kennedy would generally find the liquor, just sitting up there ready to attack him. And I'll bust through over here. And then this is the post office room where Kennedy would use this as kind of like a safe room. There's a chest right here, which is, I guess it's set to dynamic, which is why it's black. So we'll have to look into that. And then here's the grand room right here. This is our RE2 foyer, the main entrance. I mean, this is, who wants a screenshot of that? That is beautiful. You can walk through all the way around. You would generally pick up your items over here, enter in a password to the computer, which would pop up as a UI. You get your key code, which will allow you to walk in through the door. And then you could start going through other rooms inside the RE2 level. Got some beautiful reflections off the floor. So, yeah, I think this thing is pretty incredible. Okay. So, one of the other things I want to show you guys is this. I finally fixed it. So if I go ahead and press play, so we got our third-person controller. He can walk, he can run, but now I fixed his aiming to where if I right-click, now look at his arm moving up and moving down. And do you know how I fixed it, guys? I am, let's see, where is he? Player. I'm using the new IK system inside of Unity, and I'm not moving his arm. I'm moving his back. It's just as I thought it was going to be. So now it's all about testing this guy and making sure that he can get into what I want to do with this character, which I want to do two main things today, which will probably be reason why this stream is cut pretty short. Is one, I need to get this character to be its own solitary item, but then also I want to swap different bottles in Filebase and make sure that it's a simple path. Make sure it's a simple system. There's no 85, there may be like 85 steps, let's be honest, but we want to make sure it's a simple enough system so that they can you can take a new character from Filebase, drop him right in, and with just a couple adjustments, now he can do the basic same thing. I need to get a weapons setup scenario where now that we get a weapon, like let's say the pistol, now we could swap it. Yes, he does. He does have a magic gun that appears and disappears. That was the other thing that I had needed to work on. But we need to take a look at that. Take a look at the gun situation. Take a look at the swapping weapons and getting that weapon system going. Instantiating, depending on the HDRP pipeline, are you going to instantiate regular flat polygons, or are you going to instantiate decals? And how is it going to determine the difference between an enemy or not? So we'll have to set it on code where if your tag is enemy, then instead of playing, let's say, a bullet hole effect, where you put the bullet hole inside the wall right here and it just sticks. Now we're going to do blood splatter and add a decal for the blood. And then we got to parent that decal to whatever part of the body that we shoot so we can get that zombie going. No, this character has a big thing, big hands. He's very popular, and the ladies love him. But also, he's just kind of like a generic character. I saw this character off of that, and he needs some weighting fixes. You could see around like the armpit area. Some of the things are weighted incorrectly, but he's got huge hands, and that's why I got to test him on different characters right now, and make sure that he's working properly. But the beautiful thing about this is all using Cinemachine. It's using the character controller. We have a script, but the camera system is all Cinemachine, which is good because now we're using Unity components inside of Unity. And what this also means is that when we start doing the cutscenes, which I got to set up those triggers for, then we know we don't have to like extend to Cinemachine. We know that our system is embedded in Cinemachine. It works inside Cinemachine. It's ready to go. So, really, yes, I this was the hardest part to get through right here. Is how to get this thing working. Everything else came out really easily. So now I got to spend some time, hopefully today, hopefully tomorrow, working on getting this third-person character to do cutscenes correctly, to do item pickups correctly. He's using the IK system, which is fantastic. That's in preview right now inside of Unity. But that's how he's able to grab onto and move his spine and his arms dynamically inside the game. It's just really cool what we can do right now with this system. And then we got to get some enemies in here. And we got to set those enemies up with the proper colliders so we could start shooting them and having some fun with that. So it's a lot of fun. It's taken a while to get to this point, but it's finally there. So what I was going to do is I was really just going to run one quick test today. And the test was this. We have Blood Atlas decals, right? And as far as I can tell, if I were to create Where is it? Visual effect. Where's volume? Decal, decal, decal. Where are you, decal? It's not UI. It's volume, no. Visual effects, rendering, decal projector right there. Okay. Let's see. Oh, there's a couple questions. Unreal Blueprints or Unity Playmakers? Let's see. Hello, everybody. Awesome. Oh, yeah, I got extra fans in there. It'll work. Let's see. I wonder what was up with the bags and the shells. Yeah, I got to take a look at that. It is a bit dark. You're correct, Blender Geek. And you know, that's really so simple to do now. As far as changing the lighting, and you know, all it really requires is you to go in to, you know, whichever particular section, like this would be the section right here, and to find what is this? Is this the liquor? No, this is bottom floor hallway zombies. Into your post and probes, into post processing, and then we can go into you know, adjust, let's say, your exposure, and let's see, I can do like automatic, and I can set my limits. So let's see, there we go. Yeah, it's easy enough to bring it down, so it turns into something like this. Yeah, super easy to do, super effective. Let's see, what version does Filebase work on? Filebase works on Unity 2018 and up. It doesn't work on 2017. Is Cinemachine state based? Yes, it is, and there's a lot to it. It's not a lightweight kind of, oh, you just plug it in and you're ready to go. I mean, it is a deep component that is important. But yeah, I mean, you could even set it up to where I even have my characters set up, this certain character where it's using a state, and for this particular state, it's pulling from the character's animation state right over here. And so while you're walking, your camera sits in a certain position. While you're running, the camera sits in a certain position. While you're aiming your gun, it zooms in and it changes your camera mode. I think I even have a death animation set to this, just to test this out. And it uses a different state camera. So let's say I have the player, and my player finally dies. And there you go. And you know, the camera whole completely moves up. It initiates a brand new animation and a camera movement just on that. So it's pretty cool stuff, which is also how we can possibly do the, you know, is the player being attacked kind of idea. So yeah, really a lot of cool tests going on to build a very functional third person character controller that we can expand upon and grow over time. So what was I doing? Oh, I was talking about this decal projector. All right. So I'm going to press F. Let's focus in. I'm going to hide the entrance because I don't need to see it, and I don't need to see the waiting room or the liquor hallway. And this will make my computer go a little bit faster, because even though I'm crunching with a beautiful 1080 or 2070, I'm sorry, it's still a lot of polygons on the screen, slows things down. So let's see, decal projector. It needs a material, and the material we created was the decal material, and we tested that. And here's what we got, which was interesting, is it wasn't able to slice this thing up, which is kind of a bummer, because I don't want all of it, unless I do, let's say, a 0.2, 0.2, but then, you know, you have to do offset by like 0.2 to get a different one. 0.4. I don't know. We could do something like that. I don't know. I really don't know. Or yeah, I'll leave this up to you guys. Would you prefer to have something like you it's far more optimal to keep it all on one texture. Would you guys like to have this to where, if in here we create a new folder like decal, and in here it would be like blood splatter 01, right? And this would be decal number 01. And then I would just take this and this would be original prefab 02. So these would be the decals you would instantiate. I'll let you guys tell me, like, what do you think about that? Because then we're running all of this off of one texture sheet instead of having 25 different texture sheets, which can be really, you don't want to do that. You want to minimize the amount of loading. And this is actually really easy to do. So this would be let's see. Please opening game window stats. We looking. There's your stats right there, man. We have to turn it. We have to play it while we're doing it because you're not taking into the idea of occlusion culling. You're not taking into the idea of real-time effect. Let's see. Well, Adam says if the decals are already specified, that would be great. Once the hard part and only needs to be done once. Yeah, exactly. So I mean, I could literally turn these into like 25 different decals, and then when you guys want to, you could just instantiate the decals, and kind of go from there. Let's see. There's a oh, yep. No, this looks honestly, I think that may be the best thing. So if I hit play, you can kind of see the stats, but oh yeah, I think that blood effect would work really well like that. So what I can do, and I'd like to see the glow. So that looks like the blood decals, they don't take into effect your reflection probe. No, I don't think they do. Yeah. So, yeah. So what I'm probably going to do is sit down and develop this blood splatter, and then get some grime going, and get that up onto Filebase for you. And I think I'm going to probably focus today more on Filebase because I know a lot of you guys are working on a let's see, you guys are working on the game jam right now, so I want to spend today kind of knocking that out. So yeah, again, today's is going to be a really short one, and I definitely want to not spend too much time wasting your time, especially if you guys are busy. Yeah, I think you can change the scale right there. Adam mentioned, are you able to resize the decals? If you just change the decal size over here, yeah, you should be able to. I don't see the scale button unless there's, oh, there it is right there. Let's see. Oh, no, that actually stretches out. So you'd have to just adjust the decal size here. I mean, here's some pretty good blood in this environment right there, using the Unity decal system. And then once that's there, you could take this and say, all right, well, I want this on the wall right here. Which is kind of gruesome if you look at it. It looks like the decal has this weird shining on it that's affecting things. So let's take a look at that. Let's see. There we go. So we had to change it to the base color alpha, and now our blood looks good. Yeah, so we can develop a whole bunch of these and get these going. It looks like raspberry jelly. Yeah, we could change the smoothness, so it's far less like that. Right under here, you got your map settings that your metallic settings. Let's see. Travis says, can you check the scaling on the crown modeling in Filebase? Let's see. Oh, yeah. I think I know which one you're talking about. This crown molding. Yeah, I could take a look at that. We'll probably just need to do a quick resize on that to make sure that they stay at 4-meter segments. But yeah, I think if we pull that together, we have ourselves. I need to get blood and dirt, like a grime, and I'll use the grime dirt areas all through here to kind of just dirty this whole area up, because this place looks way too clean. We'll probably need to create some sort of like graffiti or grunge kind of effect as well. But yeah, I mean, we could see how we can quickly turn this into something pretty fantastic. So yeah, I think I just wanted to show those two real things real quick. I need to do work to make this happen. And then, but realistically, if you guys watch the last couple streams, you guys know exactly how to build this level from start to finish. It's incredibly easy to do. Do we have bullet holes? Yes, we do. So if you go to, we have bullet holes right there. So we have a ton of stuff in Filebase, ton of stuff. So yeah, and if you guys are interested and you thought this was cool, watch the earlier streams. If you want a discount on Filebase, just look at the special discount down below, and that will give you a rocking killer discount to become a member of Filebase. It gives you access to Filebase. It also gives you access to a bunch of tutorials and training and stuff like that. But this will also give you access to Filebase to actually help you guys build your levels. So I'm going to focus in on the third-person controller and getting assets out today, hopefully to help you guys with your game development need. And also we'll just kind of go from there. So when I'm finished with this third-person controller and it's working and proper and zombies are ready, I'm going to hop back onto this level and get that playing through. If I don't have something done within the next week or so, then I am going to try to start up maybe the next level, which I believe everyone was saying Fallout is what you guys wanted. You guys wanted a Fallout vault. So I'll probably start with a Fallout vault next. We'll see. But I'm going to definitely have something interesting next week as well. So anyway, keep working on your game jam projects. Thank you for tuning in. It's a short one today, but I just wanted to share with you some GPU stuff rendering, baking, lighting, and pretty much the end final product of what this thing's going to look like. And then I'll get these decals and everything like that set up on Filebase and updated and ready to go. And then once that's done, oh, we'll dirty this place up. We'll get our character running through. We'll shoot some zombies in it, and we'll stick a fork in it. So anyway, guys, hope you have a great rest of your day. And I will catch you guys in a few days or so, and then we'll start something new and fresh. So take care, have a good one, and I will catch you later.